here with DeAndre today. How are you doing today, DeAndre?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you so much. And so I wanted to kind of first talk about your journey to where you are now. And so you started making music when you were 10. And then at 15, you produced and recorded your first full-length album. And since then, you've continued to grow and make music. How do you keep yourself from feeling stuck or burnt out creatively?
I think it's important to collaborate with a lot of different people, different songwriters. I think it's important to also push yourself creatively to try something that you haven't done already. I think uh, being outside as well, because I think because I travel a lot, I see a lot of different things, a lot of different people, and I hear different types of music. So I think that always pushes me to try something different.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about the moment that it really clicked for you of, oh, this is the thing that I want to do for, my future career for the rest of my life? How did that go?
To be honest, I think it was when I got fired from my first job. That's when I really knew that, this is not really for me. I enjoy art too much and I
Mhm.
want to make art a full-time thing and creating. And so I perfected my craft. I mean, I still think that I'm perfecting today and just taking the time to really invest in myself creatively. And I think also because my uncle, his name is Jerome Castile. He's a two-time award-winning, Grammy-winning artist, sorry, songwriter, sorry. And just watching his journey is really inspiring to me. So I think that having him around, having a creative family is what showed me, yeah, I can really do this. And I think I'm built to do this. I'm born to do this.
Yeah, that's awesome that you've grown up in such a creative environment. And I do really think it's true, the whole phrase of rejection is redirection. I think that really, really rings true. And so it's really awesome that, you took that, what could have been such a negative experience and was like, no, you know what? I'm gonna work with this. I'm gonna
Yeah,
take a chance and follow what I love. I think it's really
exactly.
awesome. And so in your music, you tend to bend genres and weave them together into something new, and that really is truly your own. Having influences from so many other genres, what does the process of deciding how you want a certain song to sound look like?
I think for me, and I think my team, especially my engineers, could speak to this. I never really know what I want. And so it's kind of a more in the moment thing. I might write maybe five or so songs a day, and then we have a session coming up, and I just say, you know what, let's try to record these five, and maybe none of them will stick. And there'll be five different genres too. There'll be five different directions. And then, maybe one will go back to one that we did a year ago and say, oh, this is the one we want to do. So I think it is very difficult for me to choose because I can do so much. And but my team very much grounds me while we're in the studio and says, hey, you gotta choose something though.
Yeah, that's awesome that you've got, such a collaborative team around you. And so with your music, you tend to look at everything through a very cinematic lens. And I think, having listened to your discography and watching the video content that you put out, that really, really shines through. Are there any films or movie scenes in specific or general genres that you really look at for inspiration?
I'm a huge film fan. If I would say a particular movie, I can't think of a specific movie, but I will say, I am a huge horror fan. So moody, anything dark is more of my direction visual.
Mhm.
And if I had to pull, I love to pay attention to things from American Horror Story because that's my favorite. So, whether it comes to like a certain camera angle or a zoom or a certain color grading, I love to pull that dark moodiness from American Horror Story.
Yeah, no, that I think I remember when it first came out on TV, watching it and being like, oh, like this is just everything is so intentionally done on that show
Yeah.
from and things you wouldn't even think of. That is such an awesome place to draw inspiration from.
Yes.
And so your new single Ghini comes out in just a couple of days on April 24th. What was the inspiration for the song?
So Ghini is short for Lamborghini.
Mhm.
And so throughout the whole song, we're using a lot of metaphors, referring to a car, but it's actually about, being skin to skin with somebody, being intimate on the dance floor with somebody. And the inspiration behind that was I felt that with my last EP, it was very dark. And was intentional. There's a story behind the whole EP, but I just wanted to bring a little bit more danceability to it. And so we put this song together and just wanted something that wasn't too lyrically complex and something
Mhm.
that will get stuck in people's heads.
Yeah, no, and that I think that really, really does shine through. And so you said, and you kind of mentioned already that with Ghini, one of your goals for the song is that it feels as good, in your headphones as it does on the dance floor. Um, what role does dance, and dance clubs have played in your life and like in your creative process?
Yeah, well, I love to go to different events and I love to pay attention to what's going on when, DJs are playing music, how people react to the music, the different songs that are being played. And we tested this song out at a few different places before we even thought about putting it out, and people really resonated with it. So I said, we definitely got to put this one out. And I think it's something that you can put in your head. And the song is almost like a loop. It's a 2-minute song. It's like a loop to where you can play it over and over, on your streaming platform. And you'll never know when the song is really over because it just keeps continuing and it's really fun. And then on the dance floor, it's the deep thump that it has and the bass is just really nice. And then, the hook just repeating itself, really just kind of gives you the motion. It tells you what to do.
Previously, you released an EP in 2025 for the moment, but Ghini kind of marks the beginning of a new era for you. What can fans expect from this new era?
Yeah. This year, I won't give away too much, but I will say that we are going to feed the fans this year. We're definitely going to be dancing a lot this year. We're definitely going to be exploring a lot of different sounds, different genres, different languages as well. And um, I think that every song that I put out, I'm always challenging myself and pushing myself harder and harder, especially vocally. And so I think that even in the next song that comes after Ghini, which we won't say too much about, I think that I am pushing myself vocally. And so Ghini is just, like a cool refresh, rebrand, start there. And then from there, we're going to give you guys so much.
Yeah, that sounds like such an exciting year ahead. And I can't wait to sort of follow along and see what's up next.
Yeah.
And so, my last question for you is for those who are maybe just tuning in to who you are and experiencing your store power for the first time, is there anything that you really want them to know about you, about your music, um, about your process, anything at all?
For those tuning in for the first time, I will say that you are in for a ride. I think that when you tune in to me, you are coming into an experience. You're coming into a world. We're not just putting out music just to put it out. There's a purpose behind it, a sound, there's a vision behind it. There's months of planning, sometimes years of planning behind it. Even when we do a tour, that's something that we've planned out for a long time and a lot of rehearsals going into. So I think you will see as you're coming in that my team and I are people who are very passionate about what we do, and we want to share art and bring art back to the world, where music is kind of in a weird place right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really appreciate you sharing all of that. And I am super excited to be able to share and fully listen to Ghini when it comes out on April 24th. And I cannot wait to see all of the amazing things that you do in the next year and then beyond that. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.